Since the dawn of time, gods and kings alike have rumoured and leaked that at the next Apple event they will release the Airtags. And that day has finally come. I've got them here in my hand. But Apple got themselves into some potential legal hot water with this on. So are they worth the wait, and were they worth that potential legal hot water? Hello everybody, my name is Robert and this is Review Clue. These little things are pretty interesting and they come in two main flavours. The 1-pack for £30 or the 4-pack for £100. But in true Apple styling, you can't really just buy these things on their own. Unless you want to be able to just stick it in your wallet, if you want to be able to attach it to keys or basically anything else, you're going to need to buy accessories. Now, Apple do offer some accessories and they range from £11 all the way up to £399. Yes, seriously, I'm not joking here, but hey, at least you get a free AirTag, right? I've got the Belkin one here. It was the cheapest on the site at the time at £11, but of course third parties are going to be cheaper. I think the Belkin one looks fine and is pretty well built, so yeah, go ahead and buy the accessories that you need, but do keep in mind that you are going to need accessories unless you just stick these in your wallet. The tags come in this tiny little package, and trust me, I know tiny packages when I see them. Opening it up, you get some regulatory information and the tags themselves, and that's literally it. Pulling the tag out, we see this lovely metallic back. It is the shiniest of all shiny. Think the iPod Touch back in the day, so you know this is going to be a scratch and fingerprint magnet. We can see the Apple logo engraved here and some text around the outside as well. But more interestingly, when we flip this around, we see the iconic white Apple plastic, but also some emojis. This is really cool. You can engrave these AirTags with basically anything you want, be that text, numbers, or emojis. I decided to go with emojis, and normally when I buy from Apple, I don't engrave things because I know I'm going to be selling them on in the future. But here, I know I'm not going to be selling these on, so I think it just adds a little bit more personality to the device. Setting these up is so easy, even your grandma can do it. Basically, you're just going to peel off all of that plastic, making sure to give a hard, sharp tug at the end. Giving that sharp tug will close the circuit between the battery and the AirTag, and you'll get a nice little ping sound to let you know that everything's working. Once you've done that, as long as you've got a device with iOS 14.5 or higher nearby, you're going to get the normal UI for setting up a device. It should show up instantly. If it doesn't, you can add them through the Find My app. And that's basically it. Choose where this tag's going to go, assign it to your Apple ID, email, phone, name, and that's basically it. Within a couple of seconds, you're ready to go. Okay, so now what? Let's say you lose your keys. You know they're somewhere in the house, but you just don't know exactly where. There are two ways that you can find them. The first is by playing this sound. The sound is pretty nice. Sometimes these kinds of devices can be quite shrill, but not so with the Apple AirTags. They're loud enough to be able to be heard basically wherever they are, even if they are deep in your sofa. But the sound is also quite pleasant. The speaker itself is sort of hidden within the AirTag and almost uses the plastic to vibrate the sound, which sounds and looks really cool. But let's say you still can't quite pinpoint where it is. If you have an iPhone 11 or 12 with the U1 chip, you can use something called precision finding. The U1 chip is Apple's ultra-wideband signal. Basically, think Bluetooth and GPS, but far more accurate, if you're within 30 feet. Basically, you will now get turn-by-turn navigation to find the thing that you're looking for. It will tell you in which direction to walk, 7, 8 feet, 2 feet, 3 feet, 1 foot, and finally it will tell you exactly where the tag is. This is really cool and works an absolute charm. So gone is the question of, where are my keys? Because it's so easy to find and intuitive that literally anyone can do it, as long as you've got the correct phone. But what if you aren't within 30 feet and can't do that lovely U1 integration? Well, This is potentially where I think Apple has won this, and it's their strongest suit, and that is using the Find My network. Any iPhone, iPad or Mac can become a beacon for these things. Anytime someone walks past the compatible iOS device, it will update the location of your tag in the background. This is all end-to-end encrypted, so nobody ever knows who that tag belongs to unless they deliberately go out of their way to find out. More on that a little bit later. The best thing though is if you do lose a device, you can just set it into lost mode, setting a phone number and a message to be left for the person who finds it. Then basically, if someone finds this tag, they can proactively go into the Find My app on their iPhone, and they'll be able to identify this lost device. It will show the phone number and the message, and if they're a good Samaritan, they will hopefully call you back and get the thing back to you. But what if you're on Android? Well, there is still some functionality here. Placing your phone nearby, much like an NFC chip, it will launch the website, and the website will show the phone number, and that same message again. So it's really nice to see that Apple are actually playing nicely with the competition for once. Kind of. And as I said, I think this is where Apple is doing its best work with these tags. So one of their biggest competitors is Tile. And I want you to ask yourself, how many people do you know that own a Tile device? One, maybe two people. How many people now do you know that own an iOS device, be that an iPhone, an iPad or a Mac? That number is significantly higher, right? And that's exactly the point. Apple has a much bigger network here. To be able to track your devices and your things wherever they are in the world, you have a higher chance of finding them than you do with something like the Tile network. Now is a great time for me to say, if you haven't subscribed yet and are enjoying this content, then it would mean the absolute world to me if you could go down there, hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification icon so you get notified every time I upload. Okay, let's talk safety real quick, because technically these things could be used to track someone if they're in the wrong hands. Say for example, I were to put one of these tags in your pocket as you were leaving the house. One, that would make me an absolute creep. And two, Apple have kind of thought of this. So if you get to a safe location, be that your home or work address based upon your contact book, it will notify you that there is a foreign AirTag somewhere on your body. It doesn't do this when you are out and about to avoid false positives and to avoid maybe scaring somebody, because it's quite a scary thing to have this notification on your phone to say, hey, someone knows your location. It's a little bit unnerving, so it's nice to see that it's only going to tell you when you arrive at a safe location, at which point it will show you how to disable it. And the best way to do that is to literally turn the silver piece on the back and remove that battery. This battery is user removable and replaceable, which is a key difference here between some of the Tile products on the market. You can actually replace the battery here, and Apple says that it lasts around a year before that needs replacing. And these batteries are so easy to find, you can basically find them anywhere. What's really nice though is if both me and my partner have AirTags, it's not going to notify me that there's a foreign AirTag because it's not mine, because my partner's phone is still within range. As long as the actual owner's device is still in range, it's not going to tell you about that foreign AirTag. Okay, so we've talked about all of the good, but let's talk about the bad. And that is that these things look great. And that is a bad point here, because they've chosen such fragile materials that within a couple of seconds of this thing being in my pockets with my keys, it got seriously scratched up. So my real advice here is to get something like a D-brand skin and be able to stick that to the back of the metal. This way it's going to be less susceptible to those scratches. So there we have it, the stylish and incredibly functional AirTags from Apple. I think these things are great and have absolutely smoked the competition just because of the sheer amount of people on their network already. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think of these AirTags. Do you think they're a great idea, or do you think this is just Apple doing what they do best and ripping off everyone else? Of course, my name's been Robert, this has been Review Clue, and I will catch you in the next one. Adios. If you made it this far, why not watch more Review Clue content by clicking one of the two videos on your screen right now. Go on, you know you want to. It's a really good video, the one on the left, but so is the one on the right. Which one are you going to choose? Let me know.